IVM.
A guy, left arm not so orthodox. What's going on in the cricket world in the tournament whose name we dare not mention? We'll keep you posted with Aussie accents. Left arm not so orthodox. A very exciting day for all of us. We're right in the middle, the segue almost between the league stage being finished and coming up is the playoff. But remember, we'll just give you the names. Everybody knows who the names are, but I'll say them anyway like an idiot.
Right.
Which is, we have Chennai, we have Mumbai, we have Delhi, and we have Hyderabad squeezing in from the bottom.
Yes.
Which basically means that Nagpur, Jabalpur, Jaunpur and Kanpur didn't make it.
Right.
And I have Dr. Mohit Mahale, a Shivaji Park veteran who scored once in 1996, 3 runs.
Yes, nothing
against
after
a
that.
visiting ladies team, yes.
Nothing after that.
And I have to tell you, you did get a woman of the match for that particular performance.
Yes, it's still framed at my house.
And something everybody's proud. The whole of Matunga comes to watch.
Yes.
Mohit Mahale's finest moment. Why are we wasting time with you? So let's get on with the real point, which is, I first want to give a pat on the back to this tournament whose name we can't mention, but rhymes with Kalapalapalpal. I think if you look at it this way, 9 wins and 5 losses has been maybe 3 of the top teams have that score rate, which means you've had a close tournament. And as you go down the order, if the Bangalore team, whose name can't be mentioned in full, had one more victory, they've gone to 13 points and actually made the grade.
Yeah.
So you've had a tight tournament. I mean, everybody sort of performed, but towards the end, you can criticize X, Y, and Z. But from a point of view of a holistic look at the tournament was a good, tight one.
Yeah, it was actually a proper entertainer, so to say, because you had one underdog being the Bangalore.
So would you put it as a Manmohan Desai film, or would you put it more like a David Dhawan film, or would you go more for Rohit Shetty? Which category would you really take?
I would take it as a Rohit Shetty film, because you had the limited characters, but they all were performing.
Okay, so you didn't like the star cast, but you loved the film.
Yeah. So it was an entertainer.
Fair enough. Yeah, so I think that's the first thing. Give them a kudos, give them a pat on the back for that, because I think we all enjoyed, and when you're staying up late, we have all the criticism we want to talk about, like late matches, etc. Before we get into it, one quick, if I can squeeze a small topic in, Nigel Long, if you remember, in the match where he called Umesh Yadav for no ball towards the end, and I think Virat and him, Umesh obviously got angry and demonstrated with him, etc. Nigel Long, the umpire, got very angry, went into the dressing room and kicked the door with his leg.
Yeah.
And apparently he has been an under-19 level footballer for Southampton. And he kicked the door and the door broke. Now, is this something that should be looked at from the perspective of poor workmanship by Indians or bad behaviour by the official referee, umpire, that kind of thing?
I think so it was poor workmanship.
Yeah,
if you knew that under 19 footballer is going to be the umpire, you should have better doors.
But it's really odd now, when you think about it, jokes apart, that we have an official misbehaving like one of our star tantrumy cricketers.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about them all the time, but to see an official misbehave like that is odd.
And we have never heard about an umpire being penalized for anything.
But he did get it wrong. See, here's the thing, he got defensive. This is exactly how our cricketers behave actually. They're all human, end of the day. He got upset because he got it wrong. The wide screen, the big screen is a big problem. It exposes the performance immediately.
Right.
If the decision was wrong, the whole public sees it. They boo. Umesh remonstrates. Virat, of course, his heart is on his sleeve.
Right.
Takes him 1 second to express his emotions. So this guy, Nigel Long, obviously felt a little isolated, upset, defensive, and then this bad behaviour.
Yeah.
Which Liverpool will need this weekend.
Maybe.
Yeah, just to cross-connect. Yeah. Sorry. Now let's get back to the cricket. You tell us, sir, in your expert opinion, we've got 4. We've got 2 playoffs right now, maybe 3 playoffs actually. So where do you see it? Who's in the final?
See, the match between Mumbai and Chennai is going to be the thriller actually. Like who's going to go through it? Because again, the one who's going to
But you will get a second crack.
Yeah, the person who's going to lose this one is going to get a second crack.
So you can still see both of them in the final.
Yeah, you
Which
can
some will say is the correct final.
Yeah, which is somewhat the correct final. But the main final that a lot of people are talking about is the Mumbai versus Delhi. Delhi, which has emerged as a rejuvenated team
and traditional rivalry of so many years.
Yeah, and a team which was in the doldrums for all these years and suddenly has come up and spurred up to the top.
And also you look at it from the metaphor of Maharashtra's money going to Delhi all the time, and the Maharashtrians feeling very upset. They earn so much for the exchequer and they don't see it. It just goes to Delhi, and Delhi's roads get bigger and broader, and they have more VIP culture and more people following their ministers than ours. I mean, we have only like 10 to 15 per MP here, and out there it's what, 150, 160.
Right.
So these little issues are there. But coming back to line and length, broadly speaking, Delhi has performed above with just a change in name, which tells you superstition competition is something. Name change and they performed above. But if you look at Mumbai, and correct me if you think I'm wrong, Mumbai has peaked at the right time and suddenly has more guns than anybody else. I'm a little worried. They've got 3 crack bowlers. Bumrah, for my money, the best in the tournament. Malinga now a close second. They've got McClanahan back where he should be, where he should have been. Okay, they've got their spinners in place who are doing a job and have done a job from the beginning. And you've got a batting lineup where 1, 2, 3, 4, and Hardik Pandya and Pollard come after that.
And you forgot Pandya, who does the bowling also, who has taken
senior,
and who has taken the wickets also.
Correct.
Like both the Pandya brothers actually bowl, and they could be used as the makeshift bowlers or whatever like that.
Yeah, and I think it's about time they shouldn't be paid one rate for
and,
2.
Apart from that, they have Alzari, whom they had, who bowled really good and everything. So suddenly they have cranked up the whole
when
thing.
Alzari, who raised the bar, got 6 wickets in the first thing, when he got injured and went off, they had the Aussie, Bernardoff. Once he goes, they got this guy, McClanahan. So they've got us spoiled with riches as far as we can see. And I'm saying the peaking is very important. Isn't it all about timing in this kind of tournament?
I think so. It's more about timing. And if you go to see Dhoni sitting out on matches for Chennai, also has impacted Chennai in some sort of the other, with the captaincy shifting between Raina.
So you're saying this is a different game when he's in charge and when he's on the field?
I think so. It's pretty much a different game. It was pretty much you could have seen between the Punjab match and the Chennai match. It was very much there. So you could see the difference which was happening, the calls that were taken, the bowling changes that took place. So I think so that makes a lot of.
A quick word about Malinga. I want to go back to Mumbai. A quick word about Malinga. I mean, everybody said he's finished, almost finished, but he's revived himself this year in internationals. Was the captain for a little while. Just got dropped as captain for Sri Lanka for the World Cup, but he's in the squad. Is he bowling better? He's lost a little pace, but is he bowling better? Because that Russell delivery first up, he went round the wicket, which he doesn't like doing apparently. Round the wicket, slanted across, bowled short, touched the glove. I mean, it was like a work of art.
I think so. Malinga in the start of the tournament, I didn't think so he was doing that well. And people started talking about his fitness and everything, about his body, about being put on weight and not bowling up to the mark because the pace had gone down.
Pace is down a bit.
And so there were a lot of talk about it. And I think so they paid attention to it and they've worked on it. And you could see.
Or are we overdoing the pace issue? Because he's able to hit the right angles, he outthink the batsman. See, the short ball is always a problem for Russell, they say early on. Okay, he's not the greatest puller and hooker. If anything, that's something you can exploit. But it's also hitting the right length. There's that length of do you play or not play, that sort of half short length.
I think so. What Malinga did, he showed it to a lot of people that bowling around the wicket and with the body line can cramp him for room. I think so. Cramping him for room is with the pace. Might be
especially
a
first
challenge.
Off, when he's just
like
in. But just for the record, Anil Kumble on camera said that when he was in charge of bowling for Mumbai Indians, this guy would refuse. Malinga would refuse to go around the wicket. He just didn't like it. And then he suddenly says, "What is he doing?" He goes around the wicket, gets a wicket first ball, and I spent 3 seasons trying to get him to do that.
Because that's if you go to see over the career of Malinga, his whole thing is stump to stump line, which he bowls from right arm over the wicket, and he gets it from the stump at the bowler's end to the stump at the batsman.
And he was a nose and toes bowler initially. Hit the Yorker, hit the shot. Hit the Yorker, hit the shot.
It's simple like that. There were hardly any variations as to say per se in terms of line and length for Malinga, but comparatively he has, I think so, developed. That's what I'm saying. I think so the criticism has got to them and they have worked on it, and I think so he has come out to become a more matured bowler now. Comparatively sticking to his old guns, he has tried to change the pattern.
So he's evolved, is what you're trying to say. In your limited capacity, Mr. Mahale, wasting my time here on left arm, not so orthodox. But before we let you go, final thoughts. We haven't spoken about Hyderabad. They squeezed in. We've spoken in the beginning about how we've had a tight tournament and people from the middle. We've had a huge middle of 4 or 5 teams who were fighting for the 4th spot. Literally, as you saw Bangalore recede and maybe Rajasthan recede, you were down to these. I mean, Kolkata, it was all theirs to play. They just didn't raise the game at the right time.
To be a matter of fact, everyone thought that Hyderabad was going to be the easy one in
the beginning. It was a blitzkrieg in the beginning.
With Warner, with Bairstow, the way they performed and everything.
But that's about it. As
the
you said it, I realized there's no third name. Bairstow, Warner, they've gone. Now what do we do? Williamson comes back and he hasn't done badly. He's always a player who punches above his weight. But the Indian middle order, what happened to Yusuf Pathan? Yusuf Pathan 5 seasons ago was the best batsman in the IPL almost.
Forget about Yusuf Pathan. You have got a Vijay Shekhar who's in the 15.
After getting chosen, can't get it right.
He can't get it right. And that's, it's very disheartening. It's very worrisome for the Indian team also.
And also, where are you playing him? Again, where are you playing Vijay Shekhar? Now you're playing him at number 5 or 6. And what is the game? He came in the last game with a few overs to play. But he still went for it. There were still 6-7 overs left. Perhaps he went for it too early. So is he confused about his role?
I think so. He is more confused and he's trying to now it's, I think so, peer pressure that he's trying to perform. Where, just go at the
and
ball.
live up to his tag as the hitter and the finisher.
Yeah, just
Maybe
go at the ball. Keep on going at the ball. But rather have, I think so they should try and experiment in putting in one down or something like that. Because now, although it's not the experimenting stage now because it's the playoffs.
Also, they lost out on Manish Pandey, if I can interrupt. Manish Pandey only came to the fore in the last 3-4 games. Before that, he was a ghost.
Yeah.
So what happened there? Did they get the batting wrong? Is it also sometimes when you have two champions at the top, does it also in a way psych out the middle order? Because they can't keep up with the Warner and the Bairstow.
Maybe it overshadows them. Maybe they look up to them and try to perform at the equal level and then they are not able to deliver. And maybe that's impacting the performance of the overall team.
When you and I perform and our friend Kunal Vijay Shekhar is, left out a little bit, he gets a little psyched out by our fantastic dynamic performances.
Yeah, then we have to give him ice cream.
Then we have to calm him down and massage him and, rebraid his hair like a little girl. Yeah. No sexist comments here, please. Thank you. God bless. All right. So last words from Mohit Mahale, the predictor. And of course, we are against gambling or betting, and I will never use words like that. And I bet you won't either. Yeah. Just make one call, because everybody wants. I hate it when you ask them who's going to win X and they say, this and maybe that, but then this. No, one call for winning the tournament.
I think so, Delhi.
So you think Delhi is this season, and it's all with the name change. Do not forget about the name change. The name changes change everything. Don't make fun of numerology.
Yeah, but name change and Shreyas Iyer for that matter.
You think he's a good captain?
Yeah, he's a good captain. I think so. He has shown that he's a good captain. He's managing a young team and he has managed it well. And he has made it up to the third spot in the table.
Second best haircut for me after Malinga in the entire circus.
But I think so. Delhi is the team to be watched out for.
I think you've got something there, but they've lost Rabada, and for me, Rabada was like half the team. Right. He gave them an extra edge. He also is a real, he's the best death bowler along with Jasprit Bumrah, as far as I'm concerned. So you can't take them out of the equation in 2020.
But I think so. Compared to other teams, Delhi makes up for their fielding. I think so. That's a very important aspect for them, and it has worked. They have managed to crunch the other teams,
and they've got what is called a team performing. You got Prithvi Shaw can still come back in it. Been a bit loose in the middle now. You've got Shikhar Dhawan, who's actually had a decent tournament. You've got, as you mentioned, Shreyas. Shreyas has been good from start to finish with the bat and in the field. And you've got Rishabh Pant, the so-called X Factor, who's had a couple of blitzkrieg innings as well. So you've got a lot of talent, and there's more to come after that. So I give you that. But can I give you my prediction?
Yeah.
Mumbai. And without the second name.
Mumbai has over the past also in various tournaments worked out randomly from somewhere. But
they always time it. They're slow starters. It's almost always the same story. Slow starters and heavy finishers.
Yeah.
And they've got too many guns, man. Once they get going, Hardik. In this game, the T20 format, Hardik, Krunal, Kiran Pola, these are all match winners. Malinga, match winner. McClanahan on his day, match winner. Rohit Sharma has not really performed 250s in 14, 15 games. But, he's got something left in the tank, and he's Rohit Sharma, arguably the best white ball player in the world. So you look at all those numbers and all those names and people on the bench who can still come in. Wow, I think Mumbai is going to be hard to beat.
You forgot the Dhoni factor.
Yep, the Dhoni factor. But make up your mind. You said Delhi and now you're saying Dhoni.
But no. But Dhoni factor is what a lot of people are saying. A lot of people are saying, but I don't think so. That would be successful this time. It is going to be Delhi. Right. Though I'm a Mumbai guy, but still it's going to be Delhi.
Mohit says Delhi. I say Mumbai. Dhoni says Chennai. And nobody except my mother-in-law who lives in Banjara Hills is saying Hyderabad.
Yeah.
Yep. But you never know. They might bring those two big guns back just for one game. Anything is possible with Nikki Tasha Kitchenette. We'll see you soon. Left arm, not so orthodox. How's that?
Out.
Nigel. Sachin Tendulkar, Virat Kohli, Don Bradman, and now Cyrus Brocha. Okay, probably not in the right company. Don Bradman is Australian. But it's called Cyrus Says, a wonderful show about everything. Find the show on the IVM Podcast app, ivmpodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts.